Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayan Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Dheeraya Ashtapayesha Vadareshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhakti Bhagavati Naistiti. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Chapter 9, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's travels to the holy places, text 72 onwards. So Mahaprabhu is going to different places in South India. Pakshi Tirtha Dekhi Kaila Shiva Darshan, Vridha Kola Tirtha Tabe Kari Langama. At Pakshi Tirtha, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Lord Shiva. Then he went to the Vridha Kola, place of pilgrimage. Pakshi Tirtha, also called Tirukadi Kundam, is located 9 miles southeast of Chimlipat. It has a 500-foot elevation and is situated in a chain of hills known as Vedagiri or Vedachalam. There is a temple of Lord Shiva there, and the deity is known as Vedagirishvara. 2 birds come there daily to receive food from the temple priest, and it is claimed that they have been coming since time immemorial. That's called Pakshi Tirtha. I think we went to that place in a South India trip. If I'm not wrong, I think Ashok Prabhuji or Radha Prabhu can confirm. श्वेत वराह देखी तारे नमस्कारी पीतांबर शिव स्थाने गेला गोरहारी. At Vridhakola, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Shvetvara, the white boar incarnation. After offering him respects, the Lord visited the temple of Lord Shiva, wherein the deity is dressed with yellow garments. So the temple of the white boar incarnation is situated at Vridhakola or Sri Mushnam. The temple is made of stone and is located about 1 mile south of an oasis known as Bali Pitham. There is a deity of the white boar incarnation, above whose head Sheshanag serves as an umbrella. The temple of Lord Shiva mentioned here is situated in Pitambar or Chidambaram, which lies 26 miles south of Kadalore. The deity of Lord Shiva there is known as Akashlinga. The temple is situated on about 39 acres of land. And all this land is surrounded by a wall and by a road that is about 60 feet wide. Wow. Siyali Bhairavi Devi Kari Darshana Kaveri Tire Aila Shachira Nandana. After visiting the temple of Siyali Bhairavi, a form of the goddess Durga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Mother Shachi, went to the bank of river Kaveri. The temple of Siyali Bhairavi is located in the Tanjore district, about 48 miles northeast of Tanjore city. There is a very much celebrated temple of Lord Shiva there and also very large lake. It is said that once a small boy who was a devotee of Lord Shiva came to that temple, and the goddess Durga, known as Bhairavi, gave him her breast, breast to suck. After visiting this temple, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the bank of the river Kaveri, Kolirana, via the district of Tiruchirappalli. Kaveri is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam as a very pious river. Gosmaje Shiva Dekhi Aila Vedavan Mahadev Dekhi Tare Karila Vandan. The Lord then visited a place known as Gosamaj, where he saw Lord Shiva's temple. He then arrived at Vedavan, where he saw another deity of Lord Shiva and offered him prayers. Gosamaj is a place of pilgrimage for the devotees of Lord Shiva. It is very important and is located near Vedavan. अमृत लिंग शिव देखी वंदन करीला, सब शिवालय शिव वैष्णव हईला. Seeing the Shiva deity named Amrit Linga, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered his obeisances. Thus he visited all the temples of Lord Shiva and converted the devotees of Lord Shiva into Vaishnavas. Devasthane Ashikaila Vishnu Darshan Shri Vaishnavera Sangita Goshti Anukshan. At Devasthan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Lord Vishnu, and there he talked with the Vaishnavas and the disciplic succession of Ramanujacharya. These Vaishnavas are known as Shri Vaishnavas. So Ramanuja Sampradaya, that is Shri Sampradaya. Kumbhakarna Kapale Dekhi Sarovar, Shiva Kshetra Shiva Dekhe Goranga Sundar. At Kumbhakarna Kapal, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw a great lake and then the holy place named Shiva Kshetra, where a temple of Lord Shiva is located. Kumbhakarna is the name of the brother of Ravana. At the present moment, the city of Kumbhakarna Kapal is known as Kumbhakonam. It is situated 24 miles northeast of the city of Tanjore. There are 12 temples of Lord Shiva located at Kumbhakonam, as well as 4 Vishnu temples and 1 temple of Lord Brahma. Shiva Kshetra within the city of Tanjore is situated near a big lake known as Shiv Ganga. At this place, there is a large temple of Lord Shiva known as Brihat Ishwar Shiv Mandir. I think we went to this place at Tanjore. It's a huge temple there. Papanashne Vishnu Kaila Darashana Shri Ranga Kshetre Tabe Karila Gaman. After visiting the holy place named Shiva Kshetra, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at Papanashan and there saw the temple of Lord Vishnu. Then he finally reached Sri Ranga Kshetra. There are 2 holy places known as Papanashan. One is located 8 miles southwest of Kumbhakonam and the other lies near the river Tamraparani in the district of Tirunelveli, 20 miles west of the city of Tirunelveli. Sri Ranga Kshetra or Sri Rangam is a very famous place. It lies in the district of Tiruchirappalli, about 50 miles west of Kumbhakonam and near the city of Tiruchirappalli, on an island in the Kaveri River. The Sri Rangam temple is the largest in India, and there are 7 walls and 7 roads surrounding it. There are also 7 roads leading to Sri Rangam. The ancient name of these roads are the road of Dharma, the road of Rajamahindra, the road of Kulashekar, the road of Ali Nadan, the road of Tiruvikram, the Tirubidi road of Madmadi Gaisha, and the road of Ad Iyaval Indan. The temple was founded before the reign of Dharma Varma, who reigned before Rajamahindra. Many celebrated kings like Kulashekar and Yamanacharya or Ala Bandaru resided in the temple of Sri Rangam. Yamanacharya, Sri Ramanujacharya, Sudarshanacharya, and others also supervised this temple. The incarnation of the goddess of fortune known as Goda Devi or Sri Andal was one of the 12 Alvars. Liberated persons known as Divya Suris. So Alvars are liberated persons, just like Acharyas. They're like very, very elevated, spiritually, highly elevated. So Andal is incarnation of goddess of fortune. So she was also one of the Alvars. She was married to the deity of Lord Sri Ranganath, and later she entered into the body of the Lord. An incarnation of Karamuka named Tirumanga, also one of the Alvars, acquired some money by stealing and built the 4th boundary wall of Srirangam. So this Tirumanga acquired some money by stealing. So if Radha Prabhu was there, he could have told the whole story. If I'm not wrong, Tirumanga was in his previous years. He was a dacoit, and later he became an alvar. But he still had connections with the other dacoits. So the time came, and this fourth boundary wall of Srirangam was to be built, and they didn't have money. So he engaged other dacoits in getting the money by the way they knew how to earn the money. So they got the money, and Tirumanga, he got this boundary wall built. But later he thought these dacoits, they have done good service for Lord Ranganath, but now if they're left alone, then they will continue with their profession. So he asked all the dacoits to follow him. And this Tirumanga Alvar, he walked to follow him, and he said, I'll take you across this river. If I'm not wrong, it is Kaveri over there. And they followed him. And this Tirumanga Alvar, he walked on the water of Kaveri, and he went on the other side. But all the dacoits who were following him, they just drowned and died. And he thought, because they had done such a great service for Lord Ranganath, that they will go back to Vaikuntha. But he was saved and to do further preaching. So powerful he was. He walked on the water of Kaveri. Either it is Kaveri or Godavari, I'm not sure which river is there. But that doesn't mean we can imitate him. We have to follow the procedure. It is said that in the year 289 of the age of Kali, the Alvar of the name Tondara Dipadi was born. While engaged in devotional service, he fell victim to a prostitute, and Sri Ranganath, seeing his devotee so degraded, sent one of his servants with the golden plate to that prostitute. When the golden plate was discovered missing from the temple, there was a search, and it was found in the prostitute's house. When the devotee saw Ranganath's mercy upon this prostitute, his mistake was rectified. He then prepared the third boundary wall of Ranganath temple and cultivated a Tulsi garden there. So all these alvars, their stories are there, all the 12 alvars, and wonderful, wonderful devotees. There was also a celebrated disciple of Ramanujacharya known as Kuresh. Sri Ram Pillai was a son of Kuresh, and his son was Vag Vijay Bhatt, whose son was Vedavyas Bhatt, or Sri Sudarshan Acharya. When Sudarshan Acharya was an old man, the Muslims attacked the temple of Ranganath and killed about 1,200 Sri Vaishnavas. So big massacre happened. At that time, the deity of Ranganath was transferred to the temple of Tirupati in the kingdom of Vijayanagar. The governor of Genji, Gopal Narya, brought Sri Ranganath from the temple of Tirupati to a place known as Simha Brahma, where the Lord was situated for 3 years. In the year 1293 Shaka or AD 1371, the deity was reinstalled in the Ranganath temple. On the eastern wall of the Ranganath temple is an inscription written by Vedanta Deshika relating how Ranganath was returned to the temple. And there are so many stories of different devotees, how they served the deity, how they fought with these Muslims who attacked the temple, and so many deities, either they were taken away by Muslims or they were taken by devotees to other places to protect them. There's so many stories out there. But it's a beautiful temple, huge temple, and so many places to see also inside the temple. Kaveri te snan kari dekhi Ranganath. So it's a Kaveri river, not Godavari river. Kaveri. Stuti pranati kari manila kritarth. After bathing in the river Kaveri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the temple of Ranganath and offered his ardent prayers and obeisances. Thus he felt himself successful. Premavesh Kaila Bahut Gana Nartan Deki Chamatkar Haila Sabulo Kirman. In the temple of Rangnath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted and danced in ecstatic love of Godhead. Seeing his performance, everyone was struck with wonder. Shri Vaishnava ek Venkat Bhatt Naam Prabhu re nimantran kaila kariya saman. A Vaishnava known as Venkat Bhatt then invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home with great respect. And that house of Venkat Bhatt is still there. And one of his descendants, he is very friendly, and he took us there to that house where Mahaprabhu stayed for 4 months. Shri Venkat Bhatt was a Vaishnava Brahman and an inhabitant of Shri Kshetra. He belonged to the disciplic succession of Shri Ramanujacharya. Shri Ranga is one of the places of pilgrimage in the province of Tamil Nadu. The inhabitants of that province do not retain the name Venkat. It is therefore supposed that Venkat Bhatt did not belong to that province, although he may have been residing there for a very long time. Venkat Bhatt was in a branch of the Ramanuja Sampradaya known as Vad Galai. He had a brother in the Ramanuja Sampradaya known as Shripad Prabodhananda Saraswati. The son of Venkat Bhatt was later known in the Gaudiya Sampradaya as Gopal Bhatt Goswami, and he established the Radha Raman temple in Vrindavan. So Gopal Bhatt Goswami, well, he was a little boy when Mahaprabhu stayed at the house of Venkat Bhatt. But later, when Venkat Bhatt and his wife passed away, Gopal Bhatt Goswami came to see Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, and Mahaprabhu sent him to Vrindavan to be under the care of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. So there he established a Radharaman temple. The beautiful Radharaman deity came, manifested themselves because of service, because of devotion of Gopal Bhatt Goswami. And it's such a beautiful temple. And Gopal Bhatt Goswami's Bhajan Kutir and Samadhi, they're there in the Radharaman temple's courtyard. More information about him may be found in a book known as Bhakti Ratnakar by Narhari Chakravarti. Nij ghare laya kaila pad prakshala sei jal laya kaila sarvanshe bhakshan. Sri Venkat Bhatt took Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home. After he washed the Lord's feet, all the members of his family drank the water. Bhiksha karaya kichu kaila nivedana chatur masya ase prabhu haila upasana. After offering lunch to the Lord, Venkat Bhatt submitted that the period of Chaturmasya had already arrived. Chaturmasya kripa kari raha mor ghare Krishna katha kahi kripa udhara amare. Venkat Bhatt said, please be merciful to me and stay at my house during Chaturmasya. Speak about Lord Krishna's pastimes and kindly deliver me by your mercy. तार घरे रहिला प्रभु कृष्ण कथा रसे भट्ट संग गौना इला सुखे चारि मासे. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained at the house of Venkat Bhatt for 4 continuous months. The Lord passed his days in great happiness, enjoying the transcendental mellows of discussing Lord Krishna's pastimes. Kaveri te snan kari Shriranga darshan Pratidena prema veshe karena nartan. While there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his bath in the river Kaveri and visited the temple of Sri Ranga. Every day, the Lord also danced in ecstasy. Saundaryadi prema vesha dekhi sarva loka dekhi bare aishe dekhe khande dukha shoka. The beauty of Lord Chaitanya's body and his ecstatic love of God were witnessed by everyone. Many people used to come see him. And as soon as they saw him, all the unhappiness and distress vanished. Laksha laksha loka aila nana desha haite sabe Krishna naam kahe Prabhu ke dekhi. Many hundreds of thousands of people from various countries came to see the Lord, and after seeing him, they all chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Krishna nama vina kaha nahi kahe ara sabe Krishna bhakta haila loke chamatkar. Indeed, they did not chant anything but the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and all of them became Lord Krishna's devotees. Thus, the general populace was astonished. Shri Ranga Kshetre Vaishya Yat Vaishnav Brahman Eka Eka Din Sabbe Kailani Mantra. All the Vaishnav Brahmins residing in Sri Ranga Kshetra invited the Lord to their homes. Indeed, he had an invitation every day. Eka Eka Din Chatur Masya Purna Haila Kataka Brahmana Bhiksha Dipena Paila. Each day the Lord was invited by a different Brahman, but some of the Brahmins did not get the opportunity to offer him lunch because the period of Chaturmasya came to an end. So many Brahman families were there and they were eager to invite the Lord, but not everybody could do that. Sei kshetra rahe ek Vaishnav Brahman Devalaye asikare Gita avartan. In the holy place of Sri Ranga Kshetra, a Brahman Vaishnav used to visit the temple daily and recite the entire text of the Bhagavad Gita. So, very important incident. Ashtadash Adhyaya Pade Ananda Avesh Ashuddha Pade Loka Kare Upahas. The Brahman regularly read the 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita in great transcendental ecstasy. But because he could not pronounce the words correctly, people used to joke about him. Keha hase keha ninde, taha nahi mane, avishta haya gita, pade ananditaman. Due to his incorrect pronunciation, people sometimes criticized him and laughed at him. But he did not care. He was full of ecstasy due to reading the Bhagavad Gita and was personally very happy. Pulakashrus Kampasveda Yavat Pathan Dekhi Anandita Haila Mahaprabhu. While reading the book, the Brahman experienced transcendental bodily transformations. The hairs on his body stood on end, tears welled up in his eyes, and his body trembled and perspired as he read. Seeing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. Although the Brahman could not pronounce the words very well due to illiteracy, he still experienced ecstatic symptoms while reading the Bhagavad Gita. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to observe these symptoms, and this indicates that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pleased by devotion, not by erudite scholarship. Even though the words were imperfectly pronounced, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Krishna himself, did not think this very serious. Rather, the Lord was pleased by the bhav or devotion. In Srimad Bhagavatam, this is confirmed. Tadavaga visargo jantaga viplava. On the other hand, the literature, which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, and pastimes of the unlimited Supreme Lord, is a different creation, full of transcendental words directed towards bringing about a revolution in the empire's lives and the world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. So the Lord looks at not the scholarship, not how he's pronouncing, but there is no devotion in the heart. Yes, good pronunciation, proper pronunciation is important. But more important is the power in the heart. And the Lord was very pleased by this Brahman's reading of Bhagavad Gita. Mahaprabhu puchila tare shuna mahashaya, kona artha jani tomar eta sukha haya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the Brahman, my dear sir, why are you in such ecstatic love? Which portion of the Bhagavad Gita gives you such transcendental pleasure? Vipra kahe murkha ami, shabda artha na jani, shuddha ashuddha Gita padi, guru agya man. The Brahman replied, I am illiterate and therefore do not know the meaning of the words. Sometimes I read the Bhagavad Gita correctly and sometimes incorrectly. But in any case, I am doing this in compliance with the orders of my spiritual master. So this is a good example of a person who had become so successful that he was able to capture the attention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even while reading the Bhagavad Gita incorrect. Bhagavad Gita, which is only philosophy. No stories, no Ras Lila of the Lord, no Krishna's pastimes of the gopis or Srimati Radharani. Only Bhagavad Gita. And that too he was reading incorrect. But he ended up capturing the attention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because of his devotion. His spiritual activities did not depend on material things such as correct pronunciation. Rather, his success depended on strictly following the instructions of his spiritual master. Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha guru. So this is the core of our devotion service. Sometimes people say things, so just by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, just by chanting 16 rounds, will it please the Supreme Lord? Once some devotee asked Prabhupada, so just by chanting 16 rounds, we can go back to Godhead? Prabhupada said, do you have any doubts in my words? So, obviously, he said minimum 16. If you do it properly, 16 is enough. But we have to do it. This is what will please Prabhupada, and in turn, it will please Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. Actually, the meaning of the words of the Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam is revealed to one who strictly follows the orders of the spiritual master and has equal faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, being faithful to both Krishna and the spiritual master is the secret of success in spiritual life. Arjunera rathe Krishna haye rajudhara, vashi ache hate totra, shyamala sundara. The Brahman continued, actually I see Lord Krishna sitting on a chariot as Arjuna's charioteer. Taking the reins in his hand, he appears very beautiful and blackish. Arjunera kahite chena hitu upadesha, tare deki haye mora ananda avesha. While seeing Lord Krishna sitting in a chariot and instructing Arjuna, I am filled with ecstatic happiness. Yavat pado tavat paya tara darshan, ei lagi Gita patha, na chale moraman. As long as I read the Bhagavad Gita, I simply see the Lord's beautiful features. It is for this reason that I am reading Bhagavad Gita and my mind cannot be distracted from this. So he is only seeing the Lord's beautiful features of how he has become a charioteer for Arjuna, for his devotee Arjuna. And this is giving him ecstatic happiness. प्रभु कहे गीत पाठे तुम्हारे अधिकार तुम्ही से जाना है गीतार अर्थ सार. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the Brahman, indeed you are an authority in the reading of the Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you know constitutes the real purport of the Bhagavad Gita. So this is the real purport. People have written about 700 commentaries on Bhagavad Gita without capturing, of course, only few Vaishnava acharyas have captured the real purport. But so many people, they misunderstand the essence of Bhagavad Gita. They misunderstand the real teachings of Bhagavad Gita. But still they go Bhagavad Gita for management, Bhagavad Gita for this, Gita for that. No. The whole purpose of Gita is to make us devotees, to surrender fully unto Krishna. According to the Shastra, Bhaktya Bhagavatam Grahayam na buddhya na chatikaya. One should understand the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam by hearing them from a real devotee. One cannot understand them simply by erudite scholarship or sharp intelligence. In the Gita Mahatmya it is also said, Gita dhita cha yenapi bhakti bhavena chetasa Veda Shastra Puranani Tena aditani sarvasha. To one who reads the Bhagavad Gita with faith and devotion, the essence of Vedic knowledge is revealed. And according to Shvetashvatar Upanishad, again, Yasya Deve Para Bhaktir, Prabhupada is quoting, only unto those great souls who have implicit faith in both the Lord and the spiritual master are all the imports of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. So all Vedic literatures are to be understood with faith and devotion, not by mundane scholarship. We have therefore presented Bhagavad Gita as it is. There are many so-called scholars and philosophers who read the Bhagavad Gita in a scholarly way. They simply waste their time and mislead those who read their commentaries. And there are so many of them, so many. Ete bali sai vipre kaila alingana prabhu pada dhari vipra karena rodan. After saying this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced the Brahman, and the Brahmans, catching the lotus feet of the Lord, began to cry. Toma dekhi taha hete dvigun sukha haya, sai Krishna tomi hena morama nilaya. The Brahman said, upon seeing you, my happiness has doubled. I take it that we are the same Lord Krishna. Krishna Spurte Taramana Haya Chanirmala Ate Prabhur Tattva Janila Sakala. The mind of the Brahman was purified by the revelation of Lord Krishna, and therefore he could understand the truth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in all details. Tabe Mahaprabhu Tare Karela Shikshan, Ei Baat Kaha Na Kariha Prakashan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then taught the Brahman very thoroughly and requested him not to disclose the fact that he was Lord Krishna himself. Say Vipra Mahaprabhu Bada Bhakta Haila, Chari Vasa Prabhu Sangha Kabuna Chadila. The Brahman became a great devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And for 4 continuous months, he did not give up the Lord's company. So wonderful incident showing how one can attain Krishna by devotion. And with devotion, if we perform our services, whether it is chanting, reading, cooking, or any other service, You just need to put in that love and devotion, and this will please the Lord. That's all He needs. That's all He's expecting from us. So, so let's do that more and more and more and more. That's all. It not only pleases us, because in our heart it will give us lots of pleasure, and it pleases Krishna, pleases Prabhupada. That is essence. That's all we need to do. Okay, I guess we can stop here today. See, anybody has any questions or comments? Okay, you all have safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.